today's video, I'm going to be riding my horse bareback and bridleless. What I'm doing is I'm riding my horse with just a halter and a lead rope, and instead of having two reins that I can steer with, I can go like this and turn my horse, just like if we were starting a colt. That's what we do. So I just flip it over her head. Now I'm gonna not steer her at all and just go around the arena. Let her go wherever she wants. I don't care how fast we go, she just needs to be going somewhere. This is exactly what we did during my lesson tonight and went extremely well with the three riders. The purpose of this is to focus on legs and just getting a horse to go forward, not worrying about where they're going, but just focusing on the forward motion. The problem that I see a lot is I have riders who want to pull on both reins or overuse their reins, so they're always steering the horse and not just letting the horse go forward, and they forget to use their legs for forward motion. So my horses get really frustrated. They want to pull the reins out of the rider's hands, and it's just overall not fun for the horses. So this is really a helpful way for me to make sure that my horses are having a good time, and it also makes it so the riders understand how to use their reins better and make sure that they're using their legs to get the horse to go forward. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate with this horse. She's more than likely going to kind of circle around in the center and stuff because we don't do this very often and I really need to. So that's what we're going to do. She's going to want to go to the gate and stand there, and instead of steering her, I just make sure she gets out of there.
Now, when she went to the gate, I didn't make a big deal out of it. All I did was get my legs to hustle her feet and get her out of there.
So I'm just a passenger. So now my camera person has a flag just because my horse is going to want to gravitate towards her. Now, I don't care what she's doing. I am not causing her to do this gait at all. This is just what she's doing, and that's fine. So like I said, I'm going to start riding her like this more often, so she just gets good at going somewhere. She wants to just kind of circle around, and I probably micromanage her a lot with my reins. And she doesn't have to canter, she can just trot. She's kind of halfway cantering, half trotting right now.
Now here, I'm not asking my horse to canter. She could trot if she wanted to. She could walk if she wanted to. I just want her to go forward. And basically, the way she's circling here, I'm not asking her to do that. I'm merely a passenger. I'm letting her go anywhere she wants to go. But this is an exercise. What she's doing right now is she's kind of doing like figure eights through the arena. And that's an exercise that we frequently do during lessons. So it's kind of funny to watch her just kind of go right into doing that same exercise. So it just tells me that I need to get out and ride her straight a lot more and kind of mix it up. I typically ride with my students when I'm teaching, and this is the horse that I usually am riding. And it's just funny to really see that in her, to know that she's just got all the patterns memorized.
Are you going to post this tomorrow or today?
I don't know.
You should post it. You should.
It would be tomorrow if anything. It would be tomorrow because I would do the editing tonight. But I don't know. We'll see if it even turns out worth posting.
With that being said, I'd really like to know if this is a video that you find interesting. So if you do, please be sure to give me a comment below or just simply like the video, and then I know if it's something that I should do again in the future. What I'm about to do now, I completely did not plan on until that very moment. And that's just kind of how it works with horses sometimes. Something feels like it's going really well, and so you want to take it a step further. So what I did here is I just pulled her halter completely off, strictly out of curiosity.
I have never ridden her without a halter or anything on. Hopefully I don't die. But I'm not steering her at all with my legs. I'm not doing anything like that. The object is just to go somewhere. But just to show you that I'm not influencing her at all. I'm just asking her to go forward.
As you can see, she's still doing figure eights over the poles because she genuinely just thinks that's what she's supposed to be doing.
I did ask her for a canter there.
This is just proof, watching this, that the horse is always looking for peace. And so she's thinking, well, if I just do what we usually do in here, it'll be nice and peaceful, and that's what you're looking for, so that's what I'll do. And it just kind of makes me smile to think about how smart these animals are and how willing they are to just try. Now, if I had started this ride with a high expectation of where we were going to go and all these things and expected her to be perfect or as good as she is when she's got a bridle on, I would set her up for failure and I would discourage her from trying.
Clearly she likes to jump.
The fact that I'm just a passenger and going with her, you know, she's free to do as she pleases. And now at this point, I am asking her for a canter, so she's going the speed that I'm looking for. But she's still able to go wherever she wants.
Good girl.
Now at this point, I think that Nakona really figured out that, oh, we just need to go somewhere, because her gait has freed up and she's now just going around the outside of the arena, and she just seems to be a lot more opened up and willing to move.
See if we can change direction. We can't go the other way for a little bit. We'll see if I can get her to go the other way. I want to go the other way. There we go again. And I'm just going to slow my body down and slow her down.
Now I am going to start steering her with my leg to see if I can get her to travel left around the arena.
Good girl. Now if we could canter to the left, that'd be fabulous. Let's see, let's see. Good girl. Oh, that was too much. See, you really understand how much you're using or not. See, stop. So now I am kind of interfering a little. See if I can get her to. There we go. Oh, let's see, turn this way. Turn around this way. Nice job. Good girl. Good. Good girl. Go this way. Relax, Matt.
Now, as you can see, Nakona reverts back to doing the figure eight exercise because she's a little confused as to what I'm asking of her. So she goes back to doing something that she thinks is correct.
Good girl. Oh, here we go. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah. Ah, that's what I was looking for. Woohoo!
Nakona now clearly understands what I was looking for. As you can see, her gait has really opened up a little bit too. So she's nice and forward and happily going around with her ears up and not trying to turn and do figure eights anymore.
Okay, I'm going to slow her down. doing any of that besides just riding her around and letting her go where she wanted to go. I didn't plan on taking my halter off. But once I got going, I'm like, you know, just not having this in my hands will keep me from wanting to interfere at all because I have a tendency to micromanage my reins. So just getting rid of them was a good thing. I'm a little out of breath.
So is Nicole.
Nakona and I are both a little out of breath right now. But, so that was super fun though, and I think that I need to do stuff like that more often just to focus on the forward. And, you know, the fact that it was really hard to get her to go to the left really tells me that I need to work on that when I do have my reins and making sure that I'm not oversteering her and I'm directing her with my legs and making sure that she's going where I want her to go. So that was a totally fun impromptu ride. And like I said, I have never ridden her without something on her head before, you know, even just a halter. And I'm really pleased with how good she did once she realized that she could just go forward. That was super cool. Super duper cool. Let's see if I can get her to go. Do a little turnaround again. So it's just a good example that it's all leg. It's your leg that's important. So I'll see if I can get her to turn around to my right. She's thinking left. I want to think right. There, I can just get her to look that way. As soon as I can get her to look that direction, then I can get her to go there with my leg. And as soon as the leg comes off, that's when we stop. And I'm sure I won't get a backup. No, I will not get a backup. My backup is not good enough. We don't have that. So I need to make sure my backup is a lot better. Same with stopping too. My stopping's not very good. I can come down through the gates really well. But going from, you know, go to stop, it just kind of like, we kind of like fall through it. So I gotta work on that. So by doing stuff like this, that's how I get better because I find where our weaknesses are. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please be sure to give it a like, share it with your friends, and leave me a comment below and let me know if you've ever ridden your horse without a saddle or bridle. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.